Man, you're literally walking into a trap. An easy deal is not a good deal, right? Just because you say, hey, I'm gonna build one and then I'll build two more, I'll get my 3-pack, and then I'll be able to make my $30,000 a month, right? I should, best case scenario, when the stars align, I can make $10,000 per month on all 3 of these and I can hit my financial freedom. The odds that you're going to be full in all of your buildings 24/7 and never have overtime and never need a manager and you can never take a vacation, it is not likely. That is not going to happen. This is the real world. Things are hard. This is business, right? It's not going to go perfect and it's not going to go easy. What's up, mansion builders? Welcome back to ALI. I want to talk to you about financial freedom through assisted living. How do you get financial freedom, right? What methods can we use? Because honestly, I see 2 sides to this, right? I see the smaller 6-bed RAL style of assisted livings, and I see the bigger deals that we're doing, the mansions, the commercial style assisted living. So let's talk about this. For your first deal, should you do an easy small deal that may be easier to get done, or should you put in the work and do a bigger, harder deal? So I think that the easiest way to get into this industry is with a home conversion. There are so many different houses that you can pick and you can say, hey, let's find a single story. It's got 4, 5, 6 bedrooms. You can have private rooms. It's residential style. It's probably residential zoned. Sometimes you really don't even need a license for those. Sometimes you do. A lot of times you don't need fire sprinklers depending on your city or your state. There are some really easy ways to get into this field. And perhaps you can get a 6-bedroom done in maybe 3 or 6 months, right? Hopefully you can charge $4,000 or $5,000 per month and you can bring in maybe $25,000, $30,000 a month in income. I would say that's probably the easiest way to go. You may not make much profit in that, but it's definitely the easiest, the fastest, and probably the cheapest option to get started, right? You may be able to take the house that you currently have, or you may be able to buy something and furnish it for a total of like $500,000 and maybe get a loan for $400,000 of it. I've seen plenty of places like this. They'll have one caregiver around the clock, sometimes running 24-hour shifts, sometimes on 12s, and they'll just have a couple staff. And they're not really highly trained staff. They're usually lower paid. They usually don't have a manager. The person who owns it, they're usually the manager, and they're usually trying to get 3, 4, 5 of these so that they can have economy of scale and they can make enough profit. Now, I've gone this route. That was how I started. In California, I had a 6-bed and a 3-bed next door to each other and I had a live-in manager. They were there 24/7 taking care of our people. And it was more of a lower price point home. We had shared rooms and we were not in the best part of town. And honestly, as it pushed forward, I really had no net profit. Every single month, I kind of tried my best and I could really make maybe $1,000, $1,500, but most of the time, I really didn't make any money. The only time I made any money is when I sold the house. So if you want to go this route, if you think, hey, I like easier, I like cheaper, I want to do this to get my feet wet, I would put pencil to paper. Do the math on these things. How does it pencil out? If here's my income, if I can bring in 25 or 30,000, that sounds really great. That sounds like a lot of money. Let's put staffing into it. Just staffing, right? Go on Indeed. What does it cost for staffing in your area? 24/7, every single hour of the day, right? What happens when they call in sick? Now you have to replace that person. You have to pay overtime. You have to train people. That's overtime dollars, right? How much are you going to be paying for those things? Plus all your taxes for payroll. Then let's start bringing in food costs, right? And insurance and utilities and God forbid, like having a manager, at least part-time. What are all of these things cost? I bet you'll make probably $0. So I think this is honestly kind of a trap. People say, hey, I want to do one of these huge deals that get me financial freedom. In one deal, I can make 40 grand, but I'm not quite ready for that. So let me learn the lessons here. Let me start with this house over here that's for sale and I'll convert the garage and I'll have 6 beds there, right? I'll be fine. I just need one to get my feet wet, to learn it. Man, you're literally walking into a trap. An easy deal is not a good deal, right? Just because you say, hey, I'm gonna build one and then I'll build 2 more, I'll get my 3-pack, and then I'll be able to make my $30,000 a month, right? I should, best case scenario, when the stars align, I can make $10,000 per month on all 3 of these and I can hit my financial freedom. The odds that you're going to be full in all of your buildings 24/7 and never have overtime and never need a manager and you can never take a vacation, it is not likely. That is not going to happen. This is the real world. Things are hard. This is business, right? It's not going to go perfect and it's not going to go easy. So consider this. If you have one 6-bed and you make about $0 a month, you can have a 3-pack, right? 3 times 0 is still 0. Hell, 100 times 0 is still 0. Why would you want to try and scale a failing niche? So let's compare it to the big deal, right? The mansions that we build, 10,000 square feet, 16 private rooms, private baths. It's a much harder deal to do. It takes a lot longer. It's more expensive. But I can tell you what, it is the best way to go. It may not be the easiest, but it is the best. If your goal is, I want freedom, I want time freedom, and I want financial freedom. If you want to make $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 net profit per month, this is the only way to do it. If you want to be able to say, hey, I work a 4-hour work week, this is the only way to do it. So are you willing to put in the time for the best results? It may take 18 months. It might take 24 months, right? It took me that long. And you have to go through lots of different steps. There's a lot more work on the front side. It's going through architectural stuff, engineering stuff. It's going and talking to the city. It's finding the right zoning. It's probably not going to be residential. It's probably going to be commercial. And therefore, everything is probably going to be more expensive. One of our mansions is about $2.5 million to build. So it's 5 times the easy deal. But you know what? If the easy deal breaks even, then this is infinitely more profitable, right? This is the only way to get to that result. And honestly, you don't have to be a millionaire to do these kind of deals. I did not use any of my own money. I've done this multiple times. I brought on investor partners. You can do it, right? There is bank financing like SBA that will lend on the real estate and on the operation side. They'll lend a lot of money towards this kind of deal. It's only a couple $100,000 that you would need to bring in from an investor partner. It's not that scary when you break this whole thing down into little bite-sized pieces. So here's my encouragement to you. Do a bigger deal. I've done both sides of these. I started by doing the easy deal. I did the 6-bed and the 3-bed, and it was about 3 years of wasted time. I did not make any money. I didn't add to my wealth. All I did was just lose time and then learn my lessons and be like, well, crap, I wish someone would have told me on the front side, here's the steps to do a bigger life-changing deal. So that's what I'm here to say. Learn from my mistakes. Check out the other trainings we have, right? We have a funding course that you can hit on the website, memorycaremansion.com, showing you how to work with banks, showing you how to raise money. All of these things can be done in every single state. If you can build a 60-bed, then you can build a 16-bed. In every state, you can find the right zoning type, you can find the right licensure, you can find the bank partner, you can find an investor partner, you can build this kind of deal and really get that one and done. It is so much better to have 75% of a massive life-changing deal and raise an investor partner to have the other 25% than to have 100% of something that doesn't make any money. So that's it for today. Make sure you share this with somebody who's looking for a life-changing deal to hit financial freedom, and I will see you guys on the next one.